you played during the Castlevania event?
Me?
Yeah.
Like this season?
No, it was
Back then? Maybe. I don't really remember. Last time I played retail was probably over 3 years ago. I don't know. It was like beginning of, or whenever Legion came out. First, like the beginning of Legion. The last time I played. So whenever the hell that was. Probably like 2-3 years ago. I played retail way before Classic came out. And then I played the release of Classic.
CC.
All the way up until Burning Crusade release.
Why did you send me this?
Do you see what that reference is? Everything from silvered knives to holy water. Monster Slayer's kit, and it comes with Belmont's Vampire Hacker. Belmont's Vampire Hacker they put back in the game, so you can get it. It's on like 50,000 gold now. Just like flavor items. If you guys like Zelda, you can get the Master Sword from Ungaro. It's called Linkened Sword. And it's just the Master Sword from Zelda.
I've never played Zelda.
What?
Yeah.
Wild.
How do I kick this guy from the
I'm not really a big like Nintendo fan, like those kind of games. I only Pokemon. I don't really like Mario. I'm not really a fan of any of that stuff.
Fuck, my
Never really
keys
played
down.
them, so
Hold on, doesn't work. Oh, there we go.
never played Zelda. So guess I can't say it's bad or good.
It's pretty epic RPG.
Yeah,
If
I mean,
you plan to get into it, start with Ocarina of Time.
Oh, I'd say start
assume
with Breath
it's
of the
good.
Wild to get into it if you want a more modern game.
Breath of the
CC.
Wild was good.
The Zelda games are good because you don't have to play them in order for shit to like really make sense.
Makes
Because
sense.
the plot of all of them is basically this exact same. And just the puzzles and the environments and the level design is different. But at the end of the day, it's always stop fucking Ganondorf. Just like in Mario, it's always save Peach.
Played Breath of the Wild a little bit, but not a lot. And it wasn't my favorite
I'm not pushing that.
story game that I've ever played, but it wasn't bad. I really like the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City games.
CC.
I'm trying to get completion on
No.
Arkham Asylum, but fucking the combat challenge is impossible.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
CC.
Your inputs have to be perfect, and you have to be in like the perfect location, otherwise you just lose. That you to deal with.
CC.
I've never played the Arkham games.
I own all of them on Steam, but I've never played them. Like, I didn't buy them.
Any of them, neither one of you?
No, so I think I might have told you this story before, but Bear, I know you haven't heard it. So with my 2070 Super, or no, this was a while back. So with one of my computers I had bought at some point in time, I got a free copy of the latest Batman game. However, the port was so bad on PC that the company ended up basically saying, well, as an apology for how bad launch went, we're giving everyone who bought the game before this specific date that they listed, we're giving you the entirety of the Arkham collection so far. And I got every single Batman game for free. So I could play the entire series, but I've never touched any of them.
4 or 3? I think Origins is one of them, right? Arkham Origins?
Yeah, that's one of them.
I've never played that one, but you can beat Arkham Asylum and like if you don't go for like completionist, you can probably beat it in one day, like one stream. It's not a long game. But if you go for like completion, like all the Riddler's trophies and everything, it can take a while. But it's a really small
Dodge.
map. The combat's pretty simple to understand until you start doing like combat challenges, and that shit just it gets so annoying.
Frontal.
I think I'm missing 3 achievements, but 2 of them I would get at the same time.
Dodge. Personal. Dodge. Frontal.
I want to see.
Dodge.
That's-
Personal.
How many things can you add a gym to? What are all the items you can?
Dodge.
I think basically everything except for weapons, trinkets,
Frontal.
right?
You can add it to belts,
No necklace and helmet.
necklace, wrist. It tells you on the items. Like
Yeah, I was just wondering. Oh, wait, you mean I'll do this? It doesn't tell you end game though, does it?
it does.
Not if
If
it
you-
doesn't have a socket for it though.
No, you can go to the item, like, go to the item in Veldraken that adds sockets, and it'll tell you what you can add it to. It's beside your vault. There's an NPC there that says, you'll see him sell a bunch of shit, and there'll be one item that adds sockets to items.
Is it outside the vault or inside?
Inside. It's literally right beside the vault. Like the one you click for loot, it's right beside that.
How long until the repairs are done, Kai?
About an hour, Captain Flynn. Heat signatures are approaching from the far west, but we should be okay.
The volcanics. Yeah.
Found it?
Helms, necks, bracers, belts, or ring.
And then the necklace,
What
you
manner
buy an
of
item
creature
for that
is this?
tiered
It
medallion
must not be
setting.
allowed to reach
think.
the surface. Destroy it now.
Totem.
Next you can have 3 on, right? Or is that
Yeah,
ring?
Totem.
No, it's neck, but it's not with the item from the vault. You have to buy it from the auction house,
Totem.
or a jewel crafter has to make it.
Do you remember the name of the item?
Tiered medallion setting, I believe.
Or all the other ones you have to pay for with the vault tokens?
Yep. You're a long way away from that.
Totem.
So is everybody. Unless you get a really shitty vault.
Medallion setting.
I have many lucky doos. You like? I have many, many wares.
They're not that expensive. I don't think I'd put it on this necklace because, well, I don't know. Maybe I will.
Well, so the tier 3 will either give you 1, 2, or 3 sockets. So what a lot of people do is first they buy a tier 2 and then a tier 3.
Yep.
But a tier 3 can give you a 3 socket right away. But it can also give you 1 or 2 sockets.
Every necklace already started with one,
No.
so mine did. It's good. I don't know if I'll spend the money on this one though.
Only spend the money if it's your bis.
It's my best from dungeon, but I don't know what my best from raid is in comparison.
I don't know if I'm gonna
Hold on.
drop like 20k on an item.
It's not
I'm
20k.
gonna have to... How much
It's-
are they?
Medallion. The 3-star one's 16 or 1700.
Oh, they're cheap as fuck now.
Frontal.
I can't. I'd have to get a jewel crafter to craft my my gems because I can't buy them off the auction.
Well,
Frontal.
there's only the one primary you can't buy from the auction house, the one that gives you Agi. You can only use one of those. The rest are ones you buy off the auction house.
Out.
What do you mean?
You can only have one Agi gem.
AoE.
It's only the Agi gem you can't get from the auction house.
Only 70 million miles to go.
Yeah.
Like the haste crit gem, you can buy that.
Mm-hmm.
Out.
Away from Kaishen so long.
Bloodlust. Frontal.
Reaching for something.
Some consumable.
Out.
So for yourself, lit a diamond 7. You can only have one primary stat. Is it per piece of gear or just in general? You can only have one.
Just one.
AoE.
Then everything else would be crafty. The can for about 1,000 apiece. Bad.
Frontal.
Oh, where? Do you know where the Emerald Dragonflight Oathstone is?
Nope.
I'm gonna look up information.
I have never seen this form of corruption
Wowhead.com.
before. If this spreads to the surface, we will not be able to contain
The
it.
bronze one is in Thalgrasses. I don't know where the other ones are.
Send it, and for some reason, crit's better than haste for this. Maybe I just have too much haste. That could be it.
You could be running into.
You've gotten your stat prio from your class thing,
Wow,
right?
Totem.
Yeah, but a lot of that information kind of just seems off. Like it's not updated.
So the one thing I'm noticing you're saying a lot is that established pillars of information of the community either are wrong or don't make sense.
The trinkets
You need
are.
to take it at face value. Well, I'm not saying the class rider trinkets. Like the stats for the prio on Wowhead are 110% correct. Like there's no it just seems off or anything. It's literally they're right. Same thing with
If
the
I'm wrong,
robot.
the
If the
trinkets-
robot's right, no, you're not.
You just mean in general.
You're
I
not
know what
listening to
saying.
me.
I just mean that some parts of it are wrong. Like the worst trinket on the thing is the best trinket for my class. It's the opposite. If like the raid bots would say that one thing is wrong. Sorry.
I'm focusing on a dungeon. That'd be cool. It's like the last part of Under Out where I have to hit kicks or we die because we're in a 15.
Bait.
But no, like we talked about yesterday with
Frontal.
some of the class riders are riding the trinkets based on like their own personal, like not necessarily their personal preference, but how they view the trinkets and how useful they might be. But things like the Simbot,
Frontal.
those are 100% correct. The stat weights are established by Sims. That's how they're able to tell what stat weights are most effective for each class, which is why they're always right. But the trinkets thing, yeah, I 100% agree. That's a flavor thing. They try to tell you that like Beacon for Demon Hunter is A tier. Beacon is good for every single class.
Frontal. Bait.
It's S tier for
Frontal.
basically every single class. But a class rider doesn't want to put that because there's other trinkets that give us better uptime. Like the fucking
Bait.
and I'm feared.
Frontal.
The
Like-
DVD.
Yeah, like
Dispenser or
DBD and
Dragon
shit.
Kill or something.
Exactly. And I'm dead.
What are you
No
taking
one's
for your
kicking
passive
my-
trinket? If you get DVD,
Frontal.
Anvil.
I already have it.
Bait.
Yeah, Anvil's my other best in slot trinket. So I either just need a DBD or a beacon, and I'm done on trinkets until we start progging Mythic.
I don't know if when I simmed all of my trinkets, if Ominous Chromatic was simmed correctly with that, because I didn't have any settings, so it might actually be better than Narax's Spike Time, but I don't know.
Omnius will rank high for a lot of people because you get to choose what stat.
Well, as long as you're
Well,
geared appropriately.
The only thing with
Yeah.
that though is a lot of people will like I'm about to switch off of haste and go to crit, and a lot of people will go crit, and it won't benefit other people if everybody has the same thing. It's only if people have different.
Well, people will have different weights. Because tanks will go with verse. Healers are going mastery or haste. And then there's crit.
Where's
Anvil's actually pretty sweet how they built it. Like, the longer a fight goes on, the better the trinket gets. Oh, also when you're simming, don't forget that if it's... Look at the amount of time that you're simming as well, right? So are you simming a
And 5
5-minute
minutes.
fight, or like an 8-minute fight, or a 4-minute fight?
should I be just averaging on probably 5 minutes?
Well, sim a 3-minute fight, and you're going to get different results than when you sim a 5-minute fight.
It'll be higher DPS versus and like crazy.
Yep. Or if you sim like a 1-minute fight,
Frontal.
then your numbers look real good.
Yeah.
I think 5 minutes
Bait.
still would be the sweet spot
Bait.
for it.
Frontal. Bait.
Because I'm not the only like. I'm guessing every major DPS class has like an insane burst, and it kind of falls
Frontal.
off, and it's up to like what they
Bait.
have in between their bursts.
Bait.
Or is my class one of the only ones like that?
No, there are
Wait.
some classes are just steady DPS like Assassin.
Frontal.
Rogues, subtlety rogues burst on a 1 minute. Demon Hunters I think are on a 1 minute, 3 minute.
3-minute major, 45-second sustained.
Yeah. Death Knights are on a 3 minute. Well, Unholy Death Knights, Frost are on less. Evokers are on a 2 minute.
Old dumbass, we have 4 minutes. Go.
Man, there's like 15 different classes. Like,
Frontal.
it's really difficult to be a kind of master of all of them.
Right.
Stack.
If you're good at like 3 classes, you're probably better than 90% of the player base. fuck. If you're if you're good at one class, you're probably better than 90%.
Adds. Stack.
Area.
High stacks.
Purge protocols engaged. Contagion detected. Sanitize.
Frontal.
Cleansing
Stack.
area.
Stack it, retard. Oh, damn, dude. People are just extra special in Underrot today. This is the easiest fucking dungeon. It really is.
Frontal.
You're right.
Yeah.
Stack.
Area.
The last boss is
Why are you...
Stacks. Frontal. Adds.
Well, boys, I think I'm gonna throw a movie on and call it a night.
Alright, brother.
See you all tomorrow.
Yep, I'll catch you later, man.
Detected. Sanitize.
Frontal.
Detected. Sanitize. Cleansing
Stack.
area.
Frontal. High stacks.
Cleansing
Stack.
area.
Frontal.
Come on, dude. Don't wipe on this. This is such an easy fight, man.
What level key are you doing?
Fucking 15, and people are just playing like idiots.
Purge protocols.
The tank isn't fucking tanking the Visages, he's just tanking the boss. Which is fucking
Frontal.
goofy.
Contagion detected. Sanitize.
Got it.
Agent final safeguard.
This is probably one, or that is probably one of the easiest boss fights of every raid.
The
Or
Titan
every
bought us
dungeon.
time, but Gahun will not stay contained for long.
Especially for it being a last fight.
We must gather
Someone
our
literally
forces
got a
and
Krog
stop
tusk.
the rot at its source.
Bedtime for me, I was slow as fuck. Yeah, I don't care. You're slow in the head, dude. Yeah, it's a very easy, like, there isn't a single, well, the only boss actually that's hard for most groups is the second to last, where you have to go hit the mushrooms and then dodge all of the big spores that come out of the large mushrooms after you destroy the little ones. Other than that, the entire dungeon is insanely easy, which is why every single week on sub creation it's at least S tier or B tier. Speaking of which, let me see what the best dungeons are this week. Underrot S tier. Freehold A tier. VP and BH. Yeah, it's basically the same as last week for ease of difficulty. And that's ranging from 16s to 25s based on 3,000 runs.
The second boss in Underrot can kind of be annoying if people aren't clearing things. Like if there's only one guy doing it, you're gonna probably wipe.
Yeah.
I recently learned on that on the mushroom boss that I can turtle and run into every single one of them. Didn't know that. I didn't know how good turtle was until heroic raid day.
Yep, turtle is broken. Same way as Netherwalk or Paladin Bubble. They're all the same thing. It's insanely good. I mean, you can avoid literally everything. Nothing can kill you on those states. It just, you know, not every class has an immunity, so in a situation where people have to immunity or die, everyone dies, the certain people immune, and then they die right away because the tank's dead or something, whatever happened. Immunities are definitely better in M+ as far as pure survivability, but with raid, you can use them to cheese mechanics, and that's where they're king. Like the bombs on Zaskar. If you stack on hunters, they can just be completely done by the fucking hunters. Like, you don't even have to worry about it. Okay, Iridius Fragment, level that up to... Let's make sure that's my best upgrade. I could upgrade my tier to 437. I don't really want to use my Worm's Crest on that tier, though, because I want to replace it, so I don't need to grind that out.
50% drops.
Iridius. So now I'm 431.31. I need another Worm's Crest to upgrade. Well, I need 2 more overall to get it maxed.
Do you know if anyone in our raid group right now has ominous chromatic essence other than me now?
I don't know of anyone that has it, no. I think maybe 1 or 2 people have it.
If it's all DPS, then most of them are going to be crit, and I'm not going to get anything from that, so I might have to switch off. Depends on who has it.
There's a lot of people that will use it, and during prog it's really cracked, just because everyone's getting their different buffs, but people like myself, Orb, and Bing are just going to, because we're being prioed on the big damage items, and even if we weren't, having those is just better for overall raid DPS. But for most people, that ominous is like the trinket that they will be getting, and as a result, the more and more people that get it, the better our raid damage becomes, because it's just a buff. It's a buff passer, I guess, if you will. It just makes sure everyone's buff that has it.
On distance. 2 buttons. Two. The amount of... There should be a counter and see it, like that raid bots keeps of how many times you've used it.
Yeah.
It'd be a funny thing. Yeah, but the only thing from the time walking raid is a necklace for me. Everything else is worse.
Yeah, that would be... If I can't get the Mark of Dragul from Neltharian's lair, getting that fucking hunger would be huge. 2,000 extra damage is just wild from a passive trinket. Because the only thing I can use other than that is Iridius, and the reason why Iridius isn't good for raid is because it only affects my burst window, and it's a 3-minute cooldown. Anything that procs random buffs of haste or crit would be ideal, which is why that does so much. And I'm pretty sure the Mark of Dragul from not Brackenhide, but from Neltharian's lair, I want to say it's the same thing, or same idea, where it gives you an infusion of stat, which is why I was going for it originally. Let me see here. Dungeons, Dragonflight, Mythic Plus, Nelth Lair. Let's see here. Mark of Dragul. Your melee attacks have a chance to ignite. No, it's a damage proc. So, Mythic Plus from the Mark of Dragul. That gives you a chance to trigger a 30,000 proc on damage, which is why it's also really good. I think it's around the same, though. So ideally, I could keep doing Neltharian's lair and trying to get it, and if I can't get it from there, I could maybe get that hunger from raid, or from time walking raid, and it would basically be the same DPS increase.
So, if I had an Ominous and Dragonfire, I'd have 88,873 damage. If I had a Dragonfire and Neuraxis Spike Tongue, I'd have 89,465. About 800 damage, 600 damage difference in between those two. So it's not a lot. I don't even know if I'd go for Neuraxis. I wonder if would double pass it be. And
sim this again real quick.
I shouldn't be using Worm Crest on gear, right? Other than maybe a weapon.
Use it on anything that needs max to hero. You need things maxed. A hero gear needs
I guess I'm
Worm
not
Crest
wasting
at most the whole
whenever
time, and then it only needs an aspect for the very last level to max it to 441.
So I wouldn't even be wasting, because all it uses once. So like if say I got hero at 420 something and my champion's 437, I'm only using flight stones to upgrade that until it needs to go to 441. Then it's the other crest. So technically I wouldn't be wasting, but I should.
The only time you're wasting is if you're upgrading trinkets, because trinkets, when you upgrade them all the way, they don't follow the free upgrade rule, and the free upgrade rule with the new crest makes it to where you essentially, yeah, so let's say you upgrade legs all the way. If you get a
That's what
leg
I'm
drop
saying.
that's under, then it only ends up costing flight stones, so as
Yeah,
long
so
as
I'd
it's not
never
a
be
trinket,
wasting,
you're good.
no.
Yeah.
Unless I don't know. I guess I would never be wasting on anything other than. I guess the only waste would have been the weapon that I upgraded, because my next upgrade is to craft the weapon. Which if I do 16s this week, I'll might have before raid, but I doubt it. But I think Bear said he can craft it. I also don't know if I'd put an embellishment on. But I'd be able to craft that at 447. It'd be really nice. I think it's like a 5% damage increase.
The dark visions have come to pass. The Black Empire rises in Alderaan.
Huh.
We must push it back before it is too late.
If I switch to double passive trinkets, or actually I should compare this. I'm doing it. You said trinkets are the only one that you're just wasting crest if you switch off.
Yeah, because trinkets don't follow the same free upgrade rule. And if you're a class like myself that uses 2 weapons, so a little bit of knowledge for when you level an alt that maybe dual wield shit like demon hunters or rogues, you have to upgrade both a weapon in your main hand fully and a weapon in your offhand fully before it'll start giving you free upgrades. That works the same for like Fury Warriors, where they use two-handed weapons, like they dual wield those. You have to end up upgrading both, but for any class with one, obviously you can upgrade the weapon fully, and any gun or bow that you get will be discounted.
Why is this? Shouldn't have. That one, that damage. Yeah, I think I might do double passive until I get Dragonfire. Seems like the damage.
Shit, didn't even see the summon. My bad, motherfuckers, my bad. Doing a 17 Nelth. Actually, I think it's a 16 Nelth. Trying to get an aspect crest so I can upgrade these boots to 447. And then next up is my neck piece to 447. And at that point, I think my eye level should be up to at least like... It should go up to at least like 435, I think.
I kind of want to get 430 before raid.
Yep.
So I'm at 424. It's not impossible. I just need to go target certain items. And maybe I do start spending more Worm's Crest on certain things that are like I might start upgrading things that are like the champion version of my best in slot item, other than maybe crafted gear. So like my wrist, I don't know if my cloak is best. I think my neck is best.
My father's ancient lair.
A lot of things.
Still power within these rocks that should not be disturbed.
You need to get French belt. Does having a shirt and what's the other one? The shirt and tabard. Does that increase your item level at all?
No.
Can they increase stats? They do about a little bit, right?
No.
So what's it for?
It looks transmog. You can change the appearance on shirts, and you can change the appearance on tabards. There's some really cool tabards and shirts in the game that you can use to supplement your mog. Transmog was what kept me playing the game for a long time, just because it's cool to have a cool looking character. Like, I have over a year's worth of runs on a boss I've been trying to get the Warglaives from. It was the second ever World of Warcraft. Or it was the first expansion boss in Burning Crusade, which was the first ever WoW expansion. And I've been trying to get those fucking glaives for a long time, man.
Frontal.
Oh shit, I'm... okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Out. Frontal.
Alright, I'm gonna check all the auction house. If anything's undercut. Log off. Now hopefully I'm a millionaire by tomorrow. Surely. The best ultimate I've done on Tyrannical is a +2. We didn't even 3-test it.
These Krogbar have been
Oh,
tapping into
no.
abilities they should not possess. No doubt it has something to do with the latent power still lingering within these rocks.
Probably where I got my
would lead these intruders.
oh no, this is Halston.
Darkrule cannot
Iridius frag.
Ularog. He will destroy High Mountain, not conquer it. Either way,
Run the Therian Slayer for my other passive trinket, which is apparently better.
Bloodlust.
When do they update the Wowhead? Or does he just always update and he just doesn't ever change his trinket thing? I would think he would change it if it seems better.
If one comes up that warrants doing it, yeah, they'll do it. I don't know if Wowhead pays the class writers or not, because they technically, most of the time, just write a single article.
Frontal.
I mean, I would think they would. Who knows?
Yeah, couldn't tell you.
It's just funny that it's like the top trinket to have. It's literally the best passive trinket, stat like damage wise from raid bots, and it's the lowest ranked trinket on the WoW thing.
Frontal.
That should have me go in after dice for so long, and it's not even good in comparison.
AoE.
Tiny pedo, big bottle.
Frontal. AOE.
4. Yours.
Frontal. AOE.
That's a wipe. Yeah, that was your bad.
Did you end up doing a 420? Or not a 420, a 20 key? Yes, or
No, I couldn't get into one. I just did.
Did you do your 18?
Yeah, I just got the second 444 slot.
AOE. Frontal.
How long has raid bots existed?
Probably since like Wrath, I would say.
How long was that ago?
I was like,
AOE.
okay. I couldn't tell you honestly. This group is not. Yeah, we can't do this. These motherfuckers are stupid. Retards, man. What's my key again? 18 old man.
I can't trade keys.
No. The only way you can change your key is to either time your key or time someone else's key and then go to the look at the Pandaren that's standing right next to the loot chest, talk to her and re-roll it. You can only re-roll a key if it is like if you time a key that's the same level or lower.
Does it re-roll to what key you just did? That level?
No, it's another random re-roll. It's another random re-roll excluding the one that you just did. And by random re-roll, I mean the dungeon. It stays the same keystone level. It's just the dungeon when you re-roll it is different.
Okay, I just maxed my pants. 425 Adam level now. Need to go after. Could use another trinket. I don't know, without a radius fragment, you think I would still have the crazy burst that I have in the beginning of like raid fights?
It wouldn't be as crazy, but it's still. I mean, you
think
still
I'd
have good
Hit
burst.
top.
I mean,
'Cause I would
yeah.
hit like 190 sometimes,
Well,
but
without it, I don't know. I mean, I don't use it in raid, but when I do, I top out as well. It's just something where you're getting so much main stat that, I mean,
is it main
it's
stat?
fucking wild. Yeah, it's
Oh,
agility.
it is. 4,000. I don't know if I want to switch to a passive trinket for. I think I might just go after. I don't know. It's a hard choice because I think what's it called is higher sustain, but my sustain sucks right now. And that's not good.
Well, that's why
that's
you
the
need
problem
the
with not
higher
hiding.
sustain stuff. That's why I'm looking to get that hunger trinket or like
Yeah, but I'm
something
good at my
else.
burst. That's what I'm trying to say. I think if I kept it in my burst, I would still be doing more damage in overall sustain instead of trying to force something that I'm bad at.
Well, you're not
Whenever I'm
bad
doing
at
my
it
burst-
though.
Well, when my
actually,
stuff is down, I
you
am. But I'm pretty
could
fucking dog shit. I think it's better for me to just keep my burst thing
no.
since I'm
So
invested.
when I agree with you on the, well, it's not that I think you're dog shit, but you're not playing your class perfectly or like as good as
No,
top
I'm not.
players are. Because like marksman is not bad single target sustained. You actually do pretty well for yourself when you sustain.
It's just
It's
once
just
we
you
run
guys
out
are
of
too
focus,
new.
I don't know. I don't know what to do because I won't have rapid shot, which is my only other thing. I guess I'll just sit there and
You
steady
steady
shot. I guess
shot.
that's the only thing I can
That's
do.
it's called filler. You have to steady shot to get more fury.
I mean, I always try to whenever I have nothing else to do, but my brain doesn't immediately think steady shot. I guess that's just something that takes the time.
Well, it's not
Getting
only the
used to it.
fury you're getting from it, but when you send out 2 steady shots, you get a haste buff. And that haste buff, it's basically like True Shot Junior, where you're getting
do?
extra haste.
That's where that comes from.
Yes,
I thought that was
two.
just random.
No, it's
Bruh.
2 steady
legit thought it was
shots
a
in
random thing.
2 steady shots in a row give you a 10-second haste buff that can be renewed automatically by doing 2 steady shots in a row. So you
legit
use all
thought it
of
was-
your abilities. You use all of your abilities, and then once you have no more like resource, you then do your 2 steady shots and only use it until your shit's off CD to where you get that haste buff because you're guaranteed doing 2 of them every time you're fury starved. I just call it fury because that's what it is for me. But use steady shot when you're fury starved. That's going to help you keep your sustained up. Because of the haste buff.
100%.
The haste buff makes you attack faster. You're just going to do well. Especially when
Yeah.
you have haste, that haste buff plus your true shot buff. It's pretty wild.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was a random chance to proc whenever you used arcane shot. That's what I thought it was. Where even is steady shot in my fucking tree? Do I just start with it? Do I look at the shit from it? Marksmanship.
He said, "Is that where that comes from?"
I legit thought it was from arcane shot.
No. Arcane shot doesn't do anything
Do you remember
besides
what the
be
passive is
effective
called?
filler. No, but it's in your talent tree somewhere. Okay. You guys aren't good, trust.
can't find it.
A hunter. He
Dude, that would
canceled.
help. That would have helped so much if I knew that.
Yeah, that's why I told you guys with your classes, it's better to watch people that play your spec.
just
Whether
don't know
you're
who to
finding
watch.
them, well, I would just look up like, let me do marksman raid
Just type in
rotation.
on YouTube, Dragonflight Marksman Hunter rotation.
Yeah, but I don't want to just watch some random bozo. I want to watch somebody that I know
If
for
it
a
has a
fact
lot
is
of
good.
views, it'll be fine. I mean, usually the top YouTube videos on whatever you're looking for is the right thing. It's not gonna be incorrect. You'll see their DPS is good.
Yeah, you'll see
on
their
the- on the
DPS in the
target,
raid.
I mean,
423.
Using steady shot twice in a row increases your haste by 4% for 15 seconds. I don't even have it. It's not in the thing. It's not in the wildhead thing.
Yeah, you want to take that.
I don't know what I'd replace, though. That's the problem. It's so high up that it's like there's nothing to fucking take over. Yeah, but if it's not in the thing, then it's just.
Why would you apply and then decline the invite, you fucking retard? What the hell is this shit? Oh, wait. We won't have lust. Fuck. Or wait, no, we might have lust. I need to get drums. Drums of panic. It's the feral hide drums.
Take care of your life, I'll take care of mine.
422 tank that's only done a 13. No, dude. Suck a dick. Or 35. Yeah, let's get you in here. Fuck it.
Well,
You do double pally. Oh. The 18 should be good for me on this side. Old man, yeah, I'd be going up from a 16. Okay, time to do old man. Look at the Demon Hunter talents and build section, see if Shatterek has said whether or not we should run Glaive Tempest on certain weeks. Actually, it should show in the Mythic Plus section. Under or old man.
Nobody's
Throw
build
Glaive.
used the one you're talking about.
Really? That's
Yeah.
how. Huh? Well,
It's not in the WoW, either one of the WoW ads. It's not in the top that are used from Raider.io or wherever that website that you sent was.
sub creation.
That was it.
Let me look at sub creation for raid. Melee tier list. I didn't know Havoc was up there. Okay, let's look at ranged. There's Marksman Hunter. Max DPS. Let me is here, hold on. I'm sending you something on Discord. Is that the talent tree you're currently using?
The single target one I Wowhead, I haven't changed it at all. Except for I got rid of camouflage and I took improved strength shot. They don't even take strength and lightning shot for raid. I think that's what I took. Yeah. That's right. It's too. I guess it would be kind of useless, wouldn't it, for raid? I don't know why that's Wowhead.
Lies a vault that holds a disc of Keeper Tyr's memories. Find that disc and bring it back to me. It may contain the knowledge we need to regain our strength.
There's a couple of things that are different.
Out.
Take that. Heal. That they don't take volley. It's drastically different.
Yeah, that's the absolute top damage in raid right now, based on successful kills on higher difficulties. So that's heroic parses, I'm pretty sure.
So not import, or how do I share, right?
Yep.
So I just replace my single target completely with them?
That's what I would do. And sub creation also has it for Mythic Plus 2.
I think the Mythic Plus one would probably be the same as what I have for Mythic Plus, but I could.
Out.
That was the Mythic Plus one was one that like the highest key was 23, right? Like a couple days ago. This is the same website, right? I think it is.
Yeah, sub creation.
Then it would have
Out. Out. Out.
Did you send me a link to Wowhead? You did.
What's this? Intruders here to take our riches, I bet! Have we found any riches? We've been digging down here so long, I can't even think straight.
No one steals from us! Time to teach these lunkheads a lesson!
And so Wally wouldn't even be in
I
here.
have a quiver full of swords, and I know how to throw them.
What would I put there instead? Maybe a defensive?
Frontal.
I don't know.
Hit. Dodge.
Does Hunter's Mark make you deal more damage?
No, it's a PvP talent.
Okay.
I don't know.
It
might.
used to. I don't know if it does anymore, but it used to.
It says apply Hunter's Mark to the target, causing that target to always be seen and tracked by the hunter. That's all it says.
Yeah, PvP talent.
Move. Frontal. Hit. Dodge.
And then, should I ever really be using Binding Shot? Fires a magic projectile tethering the enemy to any other enemies.
Not in raid, no. Mythic Plus, absolutely. I'm dead, motherfucker.
I mean, when would I use it though? Whenever you're doing big pulls or typically just standing still.
Big, I told you earlier, I don't think you were listening though. Spiteful.
Frontal.
You can help people not die to Spiteful.
I was using Tar Trap for that. Did you mean Binding Shot?
Both of them. Tar Trap and Binding Shot. Binding Shot will interrupt them as they're running, which helps for when you're kiting mobs as an extra interrupt button for your class.
You're back.
You know, I think that tussle actually helped clear my head. Much obliged, strangers. We'll lend you a hand after we get our bearings.
What up, Biz? I'm dead? Like, Tank, come on the fuck on, man. Oh my fucking god, dude. Keep aggro. Like, I'm the fucking top damage in that fucking dungeon. Like, just hold it, brother. Yeah, just sitting here. Nice.
You ever really use Serpent Sting?
Can't remember what that does, so I can't tell you reliably.
Fire a shot that poisons your target, causing them to take 2,808 nature damage instantly, with an additional 21,000 over 18 seconds.
Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna freak out, man.
It's a poison shot. It is puts poison on something that can stack.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't max my hunter. I only leveled it, so I only know what I know from leveling.
Out.
Oh, yeah, I wonder what my...
Yeah, I need to get rewatched so we can get top 250. Yeah, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I'm not getting it tonight. Macy's been paying back for like some repairs that she had to get on her car, so that's why I'm never really able to buy anything. But she gets paid tomorrow, so everything is on her. And you know, my money's my money again after tomorrow.
Out.
Kind of wonder how much higher this damage is per single target.
Totem.
It's like 5,000 damage. Oh my god.
Buff. Ads. Out. Totem.
What the fuck?
Out.
Now you see a chieftain's power.
We're just dead.
Buff. Ads.
Frogs, fight for your chief.
Out.
Gotcha. Bromark warned you. Bromark always right.
Yeah, I'll get it tomorrow, Biz. It doesn't mean right off rip I'll be playing Warzone, but I will be playing it tomorrow. Because ultimately, this game is probably the one that matters the most in my rotation. So I'm going to get whatever I can get done the day of, and past that, I'm down to play whatever.
Frogs, fight for your chief.
Out.
Went through the raid bots. Dang it, he doesn't even use Iridius fragment. Oh yeah, it does. Where did it use? Oh, okay. Starts.
Now you see a chieftain's power.
Not everything else has an icon, and it doesn't, so that kind of fucks me. New build. The first thing I do is aim shot, and then I pop a radius fragment, and it's steady shot, steady shot to get the buff up.
Oh, so the top damage build does have that buff? Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah. It's like a 6,000 damage difference from when I was just off of changing talent. That's another thing that WoW had was just incorrect.
Out.
That's what makes me think that it never gets updated until like a new season comes out.
Buff. Ads.
Because you'd think if it was getting updated, it would have the best one.
Out.
Should look at the Mythic Plus ones too. I think it's gonna be the same as what I have. What's the website? Found it.
Well, that was a fun failed 18.
I mean, you still got it in your vault, right?
No, it's a failed key.
Oh.
We didn't complete it. There's no point in suffering. Like, I stay in a dungeon with you guys for an hour because I want it in your vault. I'm not sitting in a fucking group that doesn't know how to fucking play for an hour when I don't know them. We wiped 2 times on the second boss, and I left the group. Fucking, we already had like 15 deaths. And Uldaman's the dungeon that has 5 bosses in total. So if we have 15 deaths before the second boss is down, there's literally no fucking point to do it anymore because there's no way we're gonna time. And right now, the whole reason I ran my key was for IO, not for a drop. So if they aren't gonna time it, I'm not gonna waste my time. And right before I hit leave, the pally left too. It was a mixture of the tank I invited not holding aggro and the healer not fucking healing on prio. Like, the second boss in Uldaman will spawn these totems as well as call in ads to help him. The ads need to be stacked on the boss, and the totem needs to be prioed down because the totem will eventually allow the boss to bloodlust and kill everyone because he can attack so fast. So you tank boss on the ads, or you loop the ads when they spawn in with the boss. Shortly after the totem spawns, and then the tank will bring the ads and the boss to the totem so you can AoE everything down. And the guy just wasn't doing it. He was like running around with a chicken.
That's a really big fight. If you also, if DPS never kills totem, you just wipe as well.
Yeah, you die, and that's why we wiped twice. Because the DPS wasn't prioing anything, so we left.
That's a hard fight too. It's easy if it's done correctly, but if it's not done correctly, if like one person's trolling, then you're just never gets done. So it's one of the harder boss fights out of the dungeons selected right now. The fight right after that, isn't that the big troll that you have, that like the fire one?
Mm-hmm.
And the ending fight for that dungeon is with the timekeeper, where you rewinds time and you get rid of them. Yeah. So that's an easy boss too, kind of, if you do it fast. I think it's a DPS check it. Just my.
Now I'm doing a 17 Neltharian's lair. Hopefully this group knows what they're doing. But no, this is Neltharis, isn't it? I know this is Neltharian's lair. Okay.
There's 3 trees that can all do 23s, right? Which one would you recommend choosing? Probably the one that has the most people, or the one with the... I guess the one with the least people wouldn't make sense.
Hurry, friends. Every moment we linger, Darkwood kills more of our allies.
3,
My father's
2,
ancient lair.
1.
There
is still power within these rocks that should not be disturbed. Hurry, friends. Every moment we linger, darkness kills more of our allies. My father's ancient lair. There is still power within these rocks that should not be disturbed.
You think hunters are very limited on like damage on how big the pool is?
Not really, no.
I mean, if it's two things, then that kind of just get trolled.
Yeah, and that's a lot of classes. That's why I said not really.
Yeah, I get
That's
trolled on
almost,
too.
yeah, that's almost every class in the game gets trolled on too. Besides like demon hunters and other classes that were made around the time the Mythic Plus game mode was being made. Like Mythic Plus is only a thing Legion and up.
Frontal.
You didn't have it otherwise.
Yep.
So
'Cause,
classes
I don't
that
know
were
if you
made
saw the-
around then, or their classes were redesigned around then, are very AoE based now because they were just designed around the time of the dungeons being harder. So they were being reworked with all of that AoE in mind versus classes that, you know, were there at the inception of the game.
Is everybody at 3 targets? They do just way more than that 2 targets, or is it more?
Yes.
3?
3 or more, typically the best.
I don't know, because if you saw when we had like 5 or more, I would, some of my bursts would be higher than Randy, but I mean, he'd take over like a few seconds later.
Yeah, Rogue Burst is very strong initially, but Demon Hunter Burst is sustained.
Yeah, my AoE starts falling off after, basically after fucking Secret Technique goes off.
When I do Ultimate, like at the beginning, or not Ultimate, Freehold, do you know the beginning pool that has like 15 things? I think I can get it up to like 250k.
Like right now, there's a sub rogue. He's at 129k per second, and I'm at 160. Is he higher item level? Oh, he is. He's 1 higher than me, just getting shit on.
Yeah, I think Sub Road's pretty mid right now. I don't know. Could just be me being bad at the class.
No, right now on S tier melee on sub creation for all the timed runs, it's well, I can't look at it without worrying about missing this fight, but it's only, I'm pretty sure sub rogue and
all affixes are current.
What?
You're talking about sub creation season.
Yeah, I'm talking about the sub melee tier list for the dungeons this week.
Subtlety Road is S plus, or S for melee.
Yep, it's for these affixes, it's
Frontal.
Demon Hunter and sub rogue in S tier. I don't know if there's any
Yeah,
more
is that
than
because we have?
It's not
because of
only
the-
sub. I literally just looked at it. You're on the wrong page.
Tyrannical and Corporal Spiteful.
Yep, I have it up on my computer.
Paladin's Tank for S. Restoration Shaman, S for Healer. For melee tier list is Subtlety Rogue is the only S. Then range there's Shadow Priest, Balance Druid, and Destruction Warlock.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking
Havoc
at,
Demon
but
Hunter's
it's
I'm
no.
looking at Subcreation, the main thing. for
Yeah,
current
but
fixes.
I have the same thing, and it doesn't read as that.
AoE.
So either they just updated it, or you're on the wrong page.
Should be on the right. Who knows?
Frontal.
I mean, all you click is the Subcreation, like top left to go to the home, and then Mythic Plus Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's only for melee. No. For me.
Is that because of like the? That's just for what's going like the different things in the mythic, right? Not damage wise. That's just.
I mean, it's
because I have
probably-
multiple things to stun the fucking things that spawn.
AoE.
I mean, it's still gonna incorporate damage.
The only thing sub creation has is timed runs, and on
It's
the timed
based-
runs, it's based on the damage done.
It's based on 2,763 runs, ranging in difficulty from plus 16 to plus 25.
AoE.
I mean, yeah, whenever I run, my AoE is always really great when I have
Frontal.
there's more than 2 targets. But other than that, I'm never top if it's less than 2.
Oh, it did update. It updated because it shows it now. I had the tab up and it showed HAVOC and sub as S tier with all the other ones at A.
AoE.
And now it only shows sub.
But I can't believe that a 6, almost like a 7,000 damage increase. That's crazy. Off of going from Wowhead recommendation to what's proven. Now I have to learn a whole new rotation on this. Steady shot's like 10 times more impactful now.
You just add one thing into it, don't you?
I mean, kind of, but it's more about
literally all you
keep
do.
a buff up now. I didn't have to do that before. So
It's easy. You just use it 2 times.
Yeah, but it's more about
Oh,
like
the buff's about to go down. Use it 2
always
times
keep
again.
that.
I had to keep 2 things uptime.
Yeah, but I'm not used to it. You are now. That's the only major difference. I'll just have to learn it. Won't take long.
Where are you hiding your food?
I don't know where I would use single target though. I guess I'd have to practice on a practice.
The
dummy.
reason, the reason that sub is ahead right now, and the biggest reason why they're ahead, is because it's a Tyran week. I know last week we were definitely S tier, and it's just because with and I'm dead again, motherfucker. I'm gonna freak the fuck out. With a tyrannical week, a class with a higher single target will be just better because the bosses just have, they have more health. So they're any class that has higher sustained will be really good, and Rogue just has really good sustained even in their AoE build. Sub is just really good at retaining insanely good single target and pretty fucking good AoE. Like, the guy's above me, or the guy is only like 300 below me in terms of damage. Like, I'm fucking
CC.
beating off real hard. Trying to keep up.
Out.
Better beat off harder, dude.
How much is what's the potion embellishment cost?
I don't think there is one for potions. It's just food.
No, the one that makes your potions last like 50% longer and you can double it. You can stack them.
I don't know. I don't use it.
Move.
Something. Potion. Something. Sort of. Potion absorption inhibitor. 2,400. Because that would increase damage by quite a bit. Because the potions give main stat, or what do they give again?
How would it increase if it just makes it longer?
Because you get your main stat for, instead of 30 seconds, you get it for 45 seconds.
Oh, you're talking about that potion.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the other thing.
30-minute
thing.
This is
Frontal. Totem.
and you can double this, so you can make it last a minute long.
I think another thing too, now that I'm thinking on it, that would make sub better than the others is that Rogue has the class utility of the Shroud or whatever, where you can do skips, and the other melees just don't. So if you don't have a Rogue in your group, it's harder to time the higher keys efficiently because you don't have like a easy level skip. That would be another utility, because like I said, it does do it off damage, but it also does it off the quickness of the keys completed and the difficulty of the keys completed with said classes.
Right.
Do you think you would
Frontal.
as me, a new player, use the movement speed embellishment, the one that reduces your movement speed but does damage?
No, I would honestly just go by whatever Wowhead says the embellishment is.
Frontal.
It's like a general rule of thumb.
As a new player, reduce your movement speed is not a good thing.
Yeah, but it does more. It does a lot of damage. Everybody uses it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I mean, I don't use it.
I thought you did.
Frontal.
No.
Ours is our best one is expensive.
Our best for Rogue and Demon Hunter, the best embellishment is a Toxified Armor Patch with either the Toxic Thorn Boots for single target or the Slimy Expulsion Boots for AoE. And the whole point is that with a Toxic Armor Patch, you're doubling any Toxic procs that your crafted gear has. And the Slimy Expulsion Boots and the Toxic Armor Patch both give you like a chance to do random procs of 13,000 damage to your melee. So like out of my 50 million damage right now, my boots alone are doing 2.7 million damage. And that's not doing anything extra. That's just my boots deciding, well, I'm gonna fuck this fucking shit up.
I need to get that.
Totem.
Yeah, you guys both need to get into crafting. I don't think either of you have crafted
I'm
gear.
about to craft 447 bow. I have to do 16. I'll be crafting my bow that I will use forever until new content comes out. Shadow Flame Tempered Armor Packs is our best one, but it's like fucking 20k and it does damage to us. Provides dealing damage can inflict stacking Shadow Flame damage. And then we Bane Adornments is damage.
Move.
And then there's Blue Silk and Lining, which is
Blue Silk
well
and
above
Lining was
9%.
bis for us last season.
Dance.
Well,
But
you know
with
what it is.
Yeah, it's basically as long as you have above 90% health, you get a huge infusion of mastery at all
How big
times.
is the mastery thing?
It's
Is it,
pretty
like,
big.
giant?
I wouldn't say giant, but it's pretty fucking. It's really good, especially in dungeon content where like you're almost never taking damage unless you're doing something wrong. So as long as you're not standing in frontals, not standing in AoE shit, you maintain that buff almost like I'd say like 85% of the time.
I still don't know what I'd put on my bow. Because that bow is like something I'm not recrafting.
I want you to see your heroes.
So I'm either not going to put something on it and like use armor patches or something, because I can't put armor patches on a bow, right?
Right.
Or I don't know what I'd do.
It will change nothing.
See, like right now, you know that I'm for overall damage, I'm doing 10k more than the rogue. That's one eye level above me, right? But the single target damage, he's doing 90k. I'm only doing 60 in my AoE build. That's a huge reason why sub rogue is really valuable and a key. Other than the utility they bring to the table. Like, sure, I have a bunch of uncapped AoE and I get top damage in almost every dungeon group I'm in. Sure, but the reality is that for a Tyran week, I'm not as effective as other classes because they just have way better single target on their AoE builds than we do. HAVOC is known for having really shit AoE, which is why I cried like a little bitch that one day in the ranting channel, because I just can't keep up sometimes, even in my single target build. And the only reason I do in our raid is because we just have, you know, a decent amount of, I wouldn't say bad players, but people that...
Shitters. It's
yeah.
shitters.
Well, I don't want to say shitters, because that sounds bad from an officer. That sounds like I think everyone's bad. But what I'm saying is not everyone is Orbanized tier of, you know, min-maxing, doing super high keys. We have a lot of people who play what I would like to call in a relaxed state, where they only do content that they would deem as fun, not necessarily challenging.
Man, all you motherfuckers get strong on that one. What the hell?
Huh?
Yeah. No, was no one looking at it, or is it just like...
What are you talking? Yeah, no one was looking at it. We're just fucking AoEing everything. Like, fucking crying, hoping it happens. Oh.
What is
They
your
got
single
it.
target?
Totem. Totem.
Your single target raid bots.
I can sim it for you.
You don't. Do you remember that at all?
No. Oh. Quick sim. I can do it right now because I'm dead. Oh, they have to play shell game again? Get fucked.
You and this is your AoE build though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can do a sim and I can pick my, the build I want to do, right? So advanced sim, simulation craft input. Yeah, you typically have to do it in top gear. So I'll do top gear, I'll pick single target, and then patchwork, find top gear. And it'll do the sim real quick. Keep in mind, I typically stay above like 90 to 100k in raid. My sim is 114,000 damage per second in perfect, very perfect pool, 114k damage.
Mine.
And I'm within like 10k of that.
Mine is 98,000 with this. But you have 4 set. Whenever I get 4 set, it'll probably be a lot more. I just need to get better at my class. I do need to start practicing on training dummies and shit now though. That I've changed my shit.
High Mountain itself rises against you.
Should I move where my buffs are instead of it being on the top right of my screen?
Totem.
So this is what it feels like.
How did he pull again?
Mother of worms.
Where's the training dummy in God Dragon?
If they complete this summoning,
In the PvP area. Can't really tell you anything more like descriptive because I'm in a key and I don't know how to direct you there.
Out. Add. Totem. Out. Out. Frontal. Out.
So you have the bank, like the bank or the auction house. Go out of the auction house, go left, go down the stairway, keep going, and then eventually get to like this area where this big buff draconoid, fucking like huge motherfucker is doing blacksmithing related shit. Then go up to him, and to your right there should be like a big archway. Go there. Once you're at the archway, go inside. There should be a bunch of Mythic Plus training dummies, so like a big concentrated group of dummies to practice your AoE rotation on. There will be a bot farther to them. It's like a dragon snake-looking motherfucker straight out of Dark Souls 3, where you can practice your single target raid rotation.
The
Little bitch.
The boulder fist.
Yeah. Or no, not Boulder Fist, across the room. I guess Boulder Fist can be used, but I always use the
Animated
dragon.
duelist.
Yeah, animated duelist. That's a raid boss.
Hello.
Bloodlust.
I think.
Oh my god, 140k fucking opener on my AoE build. Jeezy Pete's.
Ads.
Ads are up. Fucking attack the ads, please.
Sure.
Cast meta! What the fuck is stopping me from metaing? Oh my god, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Why can't I fucking... Okay. Yeah, that's bugged. That is insanely fucking annoying. And there are... Gotcha. I believe I'm actually holding this rogue out on this fight. He's like, he's been close to me the whole time.
Alright, so...
That's not good. Just
What
gonna
is
health pop.
augmentation?
Huh?
Draconic. It's
Oh,
like a
shit.
buff.
No. Oh, give me a glaive, brother. Give me a glaive. Oh.
I'm sorry, heroes. It appears the treasure you seek will be found on the other end of this beast.
That was scary, dude. I didn't have enough fury for a glaive. I almost died. We have 9 minutes to fucking time this, so let's get going, dumbasses. If we can time an Eltharian's Lair, I would like to. If I get Mark of Dragul here, I don't have to fucking do anything for it. I might not even need the hunger if I get the Mark of Dragul. Should be nice. Go, tank. We're all fucking here.
Move.
Hey, kill the char skin, please.
Buff.
There's the entirety of the sub-rogues fucking
Move.
AoE rotation. Pretty crazy rotation. Ah, I used Imprison on the wrong thing. Fuck. Fuck. No. Someone CC these motherfuckers. Okay, they're all CC'd. I can tell everyone in the group panicked because all the DPS started running around. I think we both used some of our CCs on a mob that wasn't the being.
I am sorry, heroes. I must leave you now.
That was very scary.
I have witnessed
What's the name of the feast that we use?
and I am sure
The Grand
you will
Feast of the
not fail
Kulak.
High Mountain in this final hour.
He sported. He did fortune.
Buff.
What is draconic augment or draconic augmentation?
I don't know. I think that's the buff that like you can pay for like 1,700 gold or something crazy.
I'm just gonna disable.
No one uses them.
Quicksand. feel like someone's using the wrong potion.
Buff.
Using like ones that barely give you any blast.
Rip them apart!
Okay, last boss, 6 minutes. Let's get it. We can time this shit. Let's go. Pull boss. Fucking retard. It's shades. Pull boss. Stack on boss for first shard. Yeah, no shit, retard. Pull. I'll pull for you if you don't fucking pull, I swear to God. I'm pulling. Yeah, fuck off.
I will break this world asunder before I let you take my hammer. The mountain will gnaw on your bones.
Add.
It's fucking sick.
The mountain will
Fixate.
gnaw on
Move.
your bones.
Go. I know how to do this, boss.
Just had a 14-minute win in Dota. GG.
Nice.
Hide.
It is time to end this.
Hide.
The mountain will gnaw on
Move.
your bones. Hear thieves and
Add.
roars at my command.
Come into the fucking wall, you retard.
The mountain will gnaw on your bones.
I gotta go meta. I need to help with sustained. Another thing too is like knowing when you need to pop CDs that like are huge for your rotation, but like it's not the optimal time to pop them. You're only popping them because the party needs that damage right now and it can't wait for you to have like the most optimal rotation. So like I just popped meta when technically I shouldn't have popped it for like another like 10 or 15 seconds to like line up with other CDs just so we could make it to that like next little phase of the fight. Which is like really, it was really fucking needed. Normally you only have to worry about that in raid. When you hear Bear and I call Zug the boss, that means pop everything. Literally pop every fucking thing you can.
Just like a saying.
Zug Zug, yeah. It's, when
Yeah,
we
Zug
say
means
Zug
just
Zug,
fucking...
just go full
Usually when
ape,
sun's
man.
really low, it's like, fuck the mechanic, just kill it. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, if there's an ad spawn, fuck the ad. Like, if you can kill the boss before the ad will, like, fuck the raid up, then fuck the ad, just get on the boss.
Like right now, we should be zugging this fucking boss because it's at 4%. Fuck that ad.
Hide.
Yeah, your rogue died.
Yeah, fucking imagine, dude. I'm built different. I just top damage even
Someone's
when he
like
out item
Y2Ks
levels
in
me.
there.
True.
Hammer never chose.
Alright, Mark of Dragul. Let's get it.
It seeks a wielder who possesses
Damn it,
true
bruh.
strength. And you were found lacking.
No Mark.
It's done, heroes.
The rogue got the fucking drop even though he died. Imagine being second damage and you don't even fucking...
Now begins the long task of reuniting our tribes.
Okay, I would like to exchange my keystone for a different one. What'd I get?
The power of the Mad King Dargroll is broken, and High Mountain has
Putrid
used
Carapace.
that heroes. Now there are other family matters that require my attention.
And 70k damage is still a lot better than how I was doing. I just gotta get used to the shotting. I think what was my highest in raid over the past, or last raid, I my first raid, wasn't it?
So I now have a 17 freehold.
And strong winds.
Ugh. But I don't
Was
want
last
to
week
do
really my
17
first time
freehold.
raiding
Yeah, because you completely missed the first week. Either your tune
Really?
wasn't ready or you were sleeping, one of the two.
I was sleeping, you know, after being up for 40 hours. I really needed it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to come to heroic. Fucking
Yeah.
I think I was
What a
400.
fucking pussy,
I love
dude.
it.
Imagine not staying up.
The only thing, like, once you're part of, like, the core rating team that we sort of expect from people is just to let us know a day ahead of time, or at least 12 hours ahead of time if you're not going to be there, so that way we can plan on pugging. Because if we plan on pugging, Bear and I can get on, like, a half hour early and look for the best possible pug, instead of, like, it getting to 3 o'clock and then someone's like, hey, I can't show up, my fucking ex came over, sucked my fucking butthole out my fucking dick. I just can't come today. And then we got to spend the first half hour of raid finding someone that's competent. That's way less sort of a thing for DPS, because DPS are really easy to pug. Their whole thing is stand on the boss, avoid mechanics. As long as we find someone that's like, let's say 8 out of 9 heroic like I am, we're completely in the clear. We have nothing to fucking worry about.
You did Neltharion?
Or no. Well, yeah, I did Neltharion. It's I haven't done heroic Assault of the Zakali because I don't even count that as a heroic fight because it's literally an ad fight. You just
Is that
fucking kill ads.
So you're still 7 out of 9 technically?
Yeah, technically. Because
Have you done
for
that?
2 weeks in a row, I haven't done heroic assault for the fact that it drops nothing for me, and I know it would be an easy fight to prog with the guild. Like I have
can
no
drop recipes
qualms.
for you, right?
No, I'm mining herbalism. It could drop shit for the guild. I'd rather save if you know that bases on how many people are in the raid. I'd rather just save that for guild instead of wasting it on a pug. The only pug I'll probably still do this week is probably a Neltharion kill, but I'll save that until after Sunday because maybe we could do a Neltharion. Because the changes on Neltharion is, instead of everyone being able to attack the ads from the get-go, 3 players are corrupted by the void, and only those players can attack the ad and break its shield. And while they're corrupted by the void, players, like anyone else who isn't affected by the void, can actually kill their friends on accident with AoE abilities, and you can target your friends. And the reason that's such a problematic mechanic is because normally in past raids and dungeons, when you're corrupted, the only way to break your friend out of it is to beat the shit out of them. So like in the first week, everyone doing Neltharion on heroic was just fucking immediately killing the people who got corrupted, not knowing that they were needed and were a necessary part to do the mechanic of killing the ads. And then not only that, but once you break down all of the ads, the normal ads on Neltharion, if you remember, the ones that come out of the portals and like swarm you, the heroic ones are larger. Like they have a different player model. Like they're meant to look stronger, and they are a lot stronger. So a lot more group CC is needed. A lot more strong AoE contenders like rogues and demon hunters are a lot more highly valued because that last bit is so fucking ad heavy. The thing with Neltharion is it's very much a tank fight, but the heroic version makes it to where it's a little bit more like, you know, a mechanic-y thing for everyone to do. Like Magmarex, for example, is literally a Zug fight. Tank just has to fucking tank the ad or the boss in the middle of the room. People drop soaks. Everyone soaks them right
DPS
away.
has to make sure no one drops the shit on top of the boss, or the boss will just wipe, right?
Yeah. Like in the same way that Rashok is a tank fight. Well, Rashok's not really a tank fight because DPS have a responsibility of taking that shit out of the raid so he doesn't dunk and kill everyone on a fucking double overlap. But like,
and also,
when I say
like,
tank fight, it's like Neltharion, where it's like the major aspects of the fight are completely controlled by the tank. Therefore, it's a tank fight because if tank's not doing its job, you can never prog. In the same way that Ziskarn is a healing or DPS check, depending on your raid comp. Because if you have subpar DPS but the healers are really good, then you can maybe get by as long as you can get the damage down far, or the health down far enough to kill it before the arena is enveloped in flames. But in the same way, if you have insanely good DPS but your healers are like strapped, then it can be a healing check. So it's a weird fight.
On that one, on Rashok, we really shouldn't wipe as many times as we did this week again.
No, but
Like,
again, that's because
it's
people
not...
just don't play the game. They play like maybe once or twice during the week, and then they come to raid, and then they expect to like not only be like fully familiar with their toolkit, but to be able to just perform at the top level, which again is why I said we have a lot of what I would call relaxed players where they're not interested in min-maxing. They're only interested in getting their eye level up and only getting certain drops from raid. And then past that, they kind of don't play the game.
Should I macro tree shot and my potion together?
No, I wouldn't do that unless it says to on like a macro
Just
page for you, but I wouldn't do that.
I might do it for my single target. Because I'd only ever be using it for raid. And raid bots.
I would
all
not
same.
macro potion.
The reason you wouldn't want to macro a potion, yeah, because the reason you wouldn't want to do
Just
that.
another keybind you have to put on the thing because you're not going to use it when you're not fighting a boss, right? So it's just another keybind you have to put on your.
Yeah, but I would never.
I would not do it.
I would never be using true shot and single target unless I'm fighting a raid bot. That's the thing.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean, you can do it if you want to save it, but I think at that point, it's totally personal preference. Because, like, I've never heard in my life, should I macro my potion to a big CD? It's just not something people do. And the reason why is because you're supposed to pop your damage potion 2 seconds before the countdown on the boss. Have you not been doing that?
When I normally pop potion, true shot, Iridius fragment, all at the same time, and then aim shot. I would do that all before the first person attacks. But it's so hard to pinpoint when the first person attacks. Is we had some pools during raid where it's 8 seconds before the countdown is done, someone attacks the boss.
No, so let me tell you how it goes for me, for example. I MO aura 6 seconds, or no, it's not 6, it's 4 seconds before the pool. I then lay down my sigil 2 seconds before the pool, and as soon as I lay it down, I hit my potion because that's not on GCD. And then that way, my sigil takes 2 seconds to explode, right? So that's why I lay that down on 2. MO aura is just something I pop because it generates fury. But that way, if everyone pops at 2 seconds, the reason that's so important is because later down the line, I think it's 3-minute cooldown? No, it's 5-minute cooldown on your potions. On a long fight, as long as everyone pops at the same time, everyone's flask comes up, or everyone's potion of power comes up again, all at the same time. And then we can do a mid-fight lust, where everyone has all of their, stats increased by 770, and we're all pumping once again. Which is really important, because like on a fight like Neltharion, for example, everyone needs to pre-pot it too, because you don't use lust on that fight until P3, where the ads start spawning out of the portals, and that's where you lust. So you would use potion on 2 seconds. Right as you start P3, that 5 minutes will have passed, and you'll have your potion, and then at that point you can pot again, and then be able to do your entire rotation, because everyone pre-potted at the same time, and you can lust off that.
The only reason I asked that is because I know it's a robot that does it, but raid bots has true shot, elemental power, ultimate power, and an aim shot all happen within the same 1,000th of a second.
Yeah, I mean you can do it. It's just you're going to be a little bit off when you do it, because if everyone's pre-potting at 2, now Tharion's the perfect example, so I'm just going to keep citing it. But if everyone pre-pots at 2 and it all comes back up at the same time, Bear and I are going to make the call to lust. So we're going to be lusting and already popping cooldowns, and the lust will be running down in timer on your character as well. And you'll be, finally popping your potion and popping all your biggest damage buttons like 3 or 4 seconds after it happens, if that makes sense. So you're losing out on lust benefit from doing that macro, because otherwise you would have to pull at 2 by yourself, and everyone would get pissed off if you did that. Which is why I say just don't do it. But it's up to you. If you want to, you can. But I would advise against it.
Well, aim shot takes time to shoot. That's what I mean.
Well, it's only like a 1.5 second cast.
It's a 2.5 second cast.
Not if you're popping true shot right away, which you should be doing.
So the way this does it, right, is I do aim shot, and then a radius fragment, then 2 steady shots and death strike on it, then true shot. True shot doesn't happen until the 3rd second of the fight.
Oh. Well, again, I don't raid on my hunter. I only maxed it to do professions on it. So
Well, the main-
whatever floats your boat. But Bear would say the same thing. I wouldn't macro it. But if you want to, you can. I
The
couldn't
main
tell you
thing
what
that,
the raid bots say.
That I'm asking is, should I like 100% follow exactly what this raid bots does, or should have just changed it a little bit to match?
I would say your rotation, you should follow it exactly. But for buff times and shit, no.
Well, it's hard to follow something for my class, kind of, because it depends. Because there's no way I would be able to. Well, I guess when all of this is at, be able to. But some points, it's just random luck. A lot of the stuff is like percentage of if it comes up again, or if I have enough focus, depending on because some of my shit gives me focus back, right? On a random chance. Look at all of it. Where's is arcane shot not even a thing you? Good. Like, this is one. Aim shot is a 15% chance, and rapid fire is a 25% chance granted charge of kill shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't really follow it exactly because it's percentage, but I can follow it pretty close.
I mean, with something like that, I think it's generally expected that when it procs a crit shot or a kill shot, because like you can't predict when that's going to happen, but like when it does it, immediately slam kill shot. Like,
yeah.
Just send it right away. There's no holding it because it's an insane damage ability that
And
you could
hopefully,
typically only use when it's low, when your target's low health. So
once I get Forset, kill shot deals 15% increased damage and reduces the cooldown of aim shot and rapid fire by a minute or a second and a half. That'll be crazy. My 2 set is a arcane and multi deal 10% increased damage and have an 8% chance to grant the death blow effect, which death blow is kill shot without it being below 20% free kill shot. I don't think it costs anything. And it's not on the global cooldown. Alright, so fine. Is there something in this PvP area that you can reset cooldowns with?
I don't know.
Someone who can.
Ooh. Accept that group. Yeah, dude, that's a full above 4th. Ah. Fuck. We had a fucking tank, a fucking healer, and a DPS all queue. That would have been nice, yeah. For real. I love when you host a group and it just so happens that 4 people are queuing in to come play with you. Oh lord. Did you know there's like mountains with snow on them in Africa? That's crazy.
You guys ever get like really big lag bursts in this game?
Only in Valdraken, but I wouldn't say it's like stuttering. It's like my FPS goes down to like 65, 70 when I'm in Valdraken because of all the independent player models.
All right, so for me, sometimes it's not even it's when I say lag, I mean like network. Like literally everything just stops. And then all
No.
catches up back up. That shit happens to me a lot. And I don't have bad internet either.
Well, obviously you have bad internet, dude.
When I download like 150 megabytes a second, it's kind of say that. Like I've had it happen in Raid once. I think it's is this a West Coast server?
Yep.
That's the reason.
Yeah, this is a West Coast server. I have like 60 megaseconds.
Where do we
60
check?
milliseconds.
Where do you check that?
Go to your micro bar and there's that question mark. You can mouse over the question mark and it'll show you on the tooltip. It'll show you your frame rate, bandwidth, and download percentage. So like right now, for home, I have 70 milliseconds. I don't know what home means, but for my world latency is 54 milliseconds. And I want to say your instance milliseconds is based on your world milliseconds. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
The only reason I'm on
Wormcrest.
The only reason I'm on Wormrest Accord is just the fact that this is where I created my first character because my friends at the time were playing it. So I've never server transferred, but generally speaking, honestly, when you make a character, it's probably best to find out what server is closest to you and then go off that. But WoW's a game where like 50 milliseconds, even like 90 milliseconds is completely fine. You know, it's not like a shooter, right? Or like you have to have pinpoint accuracy and shit. Like it just works.
The only thing for me is stuff feels like off. Like you can use abilities before they're off the GCD.
That's true no matter how low the latency.
Or
it's basically like as it's about to come up, the game has like essentially like a queuing system where it's not like you can pre-press the button a whole second early, but like if you're pressing it right as it's about to come up, the game will just cast it. Which is why most people opt to just spam the button, whatever they're trying to cast, to try and make it go right away.
I'll try to cast something and it won't cast for a second, or not a second, but it feels like it's delayed by a lot. I don't know if you guys get that at all.
Mm-mm.
When I say a lot, I don't mean like a ton of time. I mean probably less than half a second, but I can notice it.
No, I mean, I've never had any issues with ping on the game.
I don't know if it is. If it's, I don't know. It's the only thing that would make sense. Because there's two different types of latencies, right? Your hardware latency.
Yeah, there's input latency and then the network. Input latency isn't even really a thing, though, as long as you aren't really necessarily using wireless mouse or keyboard, which at the end of the day, the technology has, like, that was true when those things first started becoming mainstream, but now it's like literally almost non-existent when you use wireless products. Like the wireless technology and Bluetooth tech is so good that you're not losing any latency. Like you have really no input lag at all. But if you leave VSync on in your games, VSync causes input lag, which is why every single game ever you're just supposed to turn it off. Makes it smoother.
Is mine on? It is on. Fuck. Do you use the low latency mode, NVIDIA Reflex?
Yeah, NVIDIA Reflex plus Boost is what you should be using. That also reduces input lag.
I'll try without. See if I notice anything different major.
I want to stay in this bracket high key, but this motherfucker.
Alright,
find a group.
I just changed my talents all around for AoE and single target. And so I have 2-piece tier 30, it changes.
Ooh.
So we'll see how this goes. I gotta do some maneuvering though right now.
This motherfucker should relist. What's his IO?
Dude, why am I only doing it?
His IO is slightly higher than mine. He should be getting a group.
Okay, so this one's sitting here fighting a fucking dummy that evades half my shit.
Alright, so should I go ahead and buy those boots? Or get those boots crafted, Randy?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, it says on here they're BIS.
Yep, and
So
then
might
you
as
would want to
well.
put the toxified armor patch embellishment on another piece. You'll just need to check and see which piece is the best piece to place it on.
Alright,
For Demon Hunter, it's our legs, which is why I need to get rid of these tier legs and get tier hands. That's the only time I'm being prioed right now over Mag, unless he gets like 4 set. But if he has 3 and doesn't have Keystone Master yet, then I would argue to Bear that he needs to get Keystone Master for 4 set, because I need to be able to recraft my fucking legs to what they should be. Actually, let me check. I can check his IO right now. Maglock 1686. Yeah, this motherfucker could. I could fucking carry him through 3 dungeons and he'd be KSM. So I
need
will
to
make
get
that
too.
argument.
I'm only at 1100.
You
I'll be
won't.
slacking.
Well, you might be able to get it.
Actually, let me look at Maglock. Let me look up his armory.
Did you do a lot of dungeons last week?
No.
Then you might not be able to get it because it's the same week. Did
I
you
mean,
at least
kinda.
do one of each dungeon?
No.
I don't know
I didn't.
then. Last week I pumped dungeons. I think my lowest was a 9 on all dungeons combined that I had done,
Maglock,
but
Worm
my
Rest
highest was like
Accord.
14s and 15s, and I had 116.
So Mag has his 3 set right now. Cool, so he already has his grips.
He has 4 set.
No, he has 3. I'm looking at his armory right now.
I'm saying if he can get the rating, he has 4 set.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't Mag the person that y'all wanted to dump gear onto?
Yeah, he needs to get 4. I'm gonna message him right now. I know he's probably sleeping, but I'm gonna message him and be like, "Hey, get your fucking 4 set."
What? I don't know which Stonecrest hide I need. Let me go back and look.
What level is he at him? I can tell you.
I don't fucking know.
What are you trying to upgrade? Champion or?
I'm making an item.
Oh,
like
you
crafting
need.
period.
Are you crafting 447s?
I don't.
Like max.
I don't know.
You have 2 sparks of Shadow Flame. That's what you need. Right? No.
Yes, I have 2. I have 2.
And then if you want 447, you have to get aspect crest from 16 dungeons.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, not doing that.
You need, I think you need to do 5 dungeons. You need 4 of them. And then someone has to enchant them for you, and then you crafted that item.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about 447 right now. I'll do that later.
Yeah, but then you have to recraft with Spark of Ingenuity or whatever, Spark of Shadow Flame again, which is just more stuff you have to worry about. But I guess
Okay,
no,
well, I'm not gonna go run 516s. I'm just gonna do this. I'm doing what I'm doing.
Randy,
What?
is Spark of Shadow Flame only for 447? Because there's Sparks of Ingenuity, and I don't
It's
know
not
which one.
Spark of Ingenuity Season 1. You won't have any of those ever.
I mean, I have a bunch of them. Did I get
But yeah, you would have been given some as catch up. You can use that to craft some 421 pieces. So I mean, if you sim
But
any
you
of the
can't
season
enchant them?
1 crafted gear, no, you can still
Wait.
enchant them. You can even embellish them. The thing is, though, is that they can only go up to 421 because it's season 1 gear. So
Yeah,
you
then
would,
Spark of Shadow Flame.
yeah, the Shadow Flame ones, when given an when used with an enchanted worm or aspect crest, can go from 437 crafted all the way up to 447 crafted, which is why you should be doing 16s and higher, for the fact that you can get worm crests and have 447 crafted.
Yeah, so for Y2K, you shouldn't even craft that item until he can get the 16s, right? Because recrafting would take another 2 Spark of Shadow Flame.
No, the spark stays on the piece. The only things that you do when you recraft are add the new thing, which would be the enchanted worm crest or the enchanted aspect crest, and you would have to resupply the mats. So it would cost more if you have to recraft. But if that's not a concern, then do it. If it is, then wait until you do what you get.
It's literally only 4K gold to craft it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if it's not a problem, go ahead. I crafted it first week for that reason
Dude,
because I didn't want to have to worry
get
about
in
it.
the 12s and 13s right now. I'm not gonna wait 5 days, 300 weeks for fucking get the 16s. I'll pass.
Yeah, I mean
What do
that's
you
why
mean?
I crafted mine right away. I
What do
wanted
you
the
mean? What do I
highest item
mean?
level right
I
away.
don't even. I'm
you
not gonna
can
get into
get it.
16s.
No,
Unless I
I'm
get
not
carried
saying
by
you
Randy
do
or someone.
things.
So
You can
I'm
get
not.
into you can get high enough rating to get into 16s. That's all
Yes,
they care about
exactly.
on
But
this.
it's gonna take days to do that because I barely get in and I don't play that much because I don't care to sit here for 2 hours looking for one dungeon. So I'm gonna craft what I'm crafting in the story.
Can't blame you there.
I'm just gonna wait till I can do it. I don't know. I guess I'm the kind of person that'd rather just have it done.
Well,
at the
yeah,
max
the
than
earlier
push
you
it.
get, the higher IO, the better, because then you're most groups like no one's really looking. I mean, people want you over 430. Like honestly, people want you over 430 if they're going to accept you into their key for the most part when you're doing higher keys or even like 11s through 15 for worm crests. They just want you that high. Past the item level though, people accept on IO. So if a 420 guy joined and he somehow had 2600, he's getting the invite over me probably because he's done way more dungeons and has experience.
Yeah.
Damn, he told y'all. He really did.
How much do you usually pay someone like commission, like tip them, whatever?
Tip them like
people don't
maybe
even
500
want
to
it.
1,000 is typically where I do it. And if like no one's messaging me back, I'm getting a crafted piece, I'll put in trade chat like tipping big, looking for leather worker or some
Most
shit.
people with professions would rather just have the work so they can have it. Or at least that's how a lot of people just want the work over the tip. Is what I've seen in trade chat at least.
Well, that's true, but only true for some people. Like people that have been doing professions from the beginning already have them maxed, and they have like all of the knowledge points they need, so they can guarantee tier 5 shit. To our regular people that are still leveling it, yeah, they want the work, but they can't guarantee good stuff. The people that can guarantee 5-star typically ask for a certain commission because you're not going to get guaranteed from too many people like that played every week and can guarantee 5-star. Most people have to rely on something called an inspiration proc to get something to go from tier 4 to tier 5. Like early in the expansion, if you wanted a tier 5, most people only had like a 20% chance to inspire and go up to 5. So like you would end up having to keep recrafting the same piece just to get it at tier 5. To where now it's like you could put up a public order and odds are you're probably getting a tier 5.
I wouldn't. Is that what you're doing when I take a public order?
Yeah.
I really wouldn't do that because the odds of you not getting a tier 5 are pretty high still.
Well, I'd say the odds are still pretty high to get it, like tier 4 and 5. Like you're guaranteed tier 4, I'd say. But those items were available last season, so leather workers that are just getting into it could give it a go. So I mean, if you want to take the risk, you can. There is a minimum eye level that it can come out at, and odds are it's higher than your current boot. So if you want to, you can, or you can wait until it's like midday, and you can type /2 to go into trade chat, and you could say LF for looking for space LW for leather worker, and then you can shift click the recipe so people know what you're looking for and they can mouse over it and see what it is. And then you can even, if you get a personal order and left click, you can show the tier. So like I could.
What's the name of the item?
Slimy expulsion boots.
Okay, nobody in our code can craft it.
No, but like you can, with shift clicking on a personal order, you can show the tier you want. So you can do looking for leather worker and then shift click the tier 5, and then put DM after, or you can just end it right after the item, and then someone will message you. Sorry, people, I don't have time to. Okay, that's really cool.
Wait, you get the recipe from Brackenhide Hollow?
Recipe for what?
Slimy expulsion boots.
Yep. Because this dungeon, the only way that you can craft anything toxified is if you use the altar of decay within Brackenhide. This means that both the Toxified Thorn Foot Wraps and the Slimy Expulsion Boots both require the crafter to go through Brackenhide in order to craft them. The raid does...
per item or no? I'm guessing it's...
I don't think it counts for recrafts. I don't think they need it for recrafts. But I know they need it to craft, which is why sometimes they do ask for decent commission. Either that or they say, hey, like, if you can carry me through it, then whatever. In which case you would come get us.
No, what I mean...
You know, we would carry them through it. And it could be a super low keystone. They just need to be able to get to it.
Do they have to do it every single time they craft the item? Or just once? Okay, so
yes. Well, it's a yes and no. So the reason why it's both is there is a item in the Aberrus raid. So like the raid we've been doing. When you go up to the guys that sell... hold on. When you go up to the guys that sell the repairs and shit, the vendor sells a item for 30,000 gold, and that item for 30k is a mobile Altar of Decay. So for crafters, they can buy that and they never have to go through Brackenhide again, which in theory makes their profits go up because that means they could endlessly take personal orders for that and never have to go through Brackenhide. So it's like a convenience item that sells.
You have an infinite amount of personal orders a week?
Yes, you can do as many personal orders as you want, but you can only do, I think, 4 public orders a week.
Good fortune to our friends.
I'm guessing I would want the 3-star, 3-quality Toxified armor patch, right?
Yeah, that's the best.
Whatever you can afford.
Why is the 1-star 950,000?
Because people are retarded. People just list shit.
The potion for our power potions, the 1-star is more expensive than the 2-star. And it's significantly worse. I think it's the same with the files, but I could be wrong. What margin would you think? Say that. What should I be aiming for, percentage-wise, of what my raid bots is? Of the damage. Probably 100%, but like, what would be good for me personally as a new player?
And as high as you can get it.
That question makes. I'd say probably like what, 75 or 80%. What would that be? $72,000, or no? Yeah, 72,000 damage. Somewhere around there, 73,000 damage. Second. That wouldn't be bad. It's a lot better than how I've been doing. And what to get? What's your sim?
I don't know, 80-something thousand.
I think I'm higher level by a couple of that. It's the only thing. Or you have pretty mid trinkets, don't you?
I mean, one of them's good, one of them's trash.
Out.
What do you get out of your vault? I don't remember.
My 2 chest piece.
Run.
Are you prio for your other 2 set right now?
Run.
No clue.
Orb already has 4 set.
I don't know
So
who else is in
probably.
it.
Drados.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah, Drados.
Stanman Dan. But
Okay.
I don't know
At
about
that point,
Stanman
if
Dan.
you're a Drados, it's whoever's doing more damage. And looking through logs, Drados is doing slightly more damage than both of you. So I imagine Drados would be
In
given
some fights,
prio
I
on
was
that. I don't
beating
know.
him. In some other fights, I was losing to him. But I don't know. In certain fights, like having to move around a ton, I just don't do damage because I have to sit there for 2.5 seconds to cast aim shot. Unless I'm on a buff. That's the only time I really do a lot of damage with aim shot. Like Skarn was a big one like that. Because for whatever reason, whenever you had the embers or whatever it's called on you, people with the same thing would just run into you and get you killed, like an actual brain dead.
What piece do they have you putting the toxified armor patch on? Any?
The
Is
legs.
your legs?
I have it on my belt, but it's supposed to be my legs. I have it on my belt
think I'm just
because
put-
I don't have the tier that I need.
I think I'm just gonna put. I don't know.
Don't you have to have crafted gear to put an embellishment on it?
Yes.
That is an embellishment.
Yes.
I really need to go to bed. I should have went to bed like
Totem.
6 in the morning, bro. I'm doing.
Out.
Mm. They really need to put a mailbox inside of the auction now. $70. All right. I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
See ya.
Little retard.
May your steps be
Fucking god, you dumbass, dude.
Out.
We'll remember.
Meat thieves! Kill them, ruin them, destroy them!
Totem. Out.
It's definitely it's trying so hard to keep up with me.
Oh my
He's 5 eye level ahead of me. Brother. This guy stinks.
I take stolen meat from your
alchemical flavor pocket. 55 thou.
That's pretty good.
Kick.
That's expensive.
butcher and slice.
Yikers.
Hack you to pieces.
Kick. Fixate.
It's all meat. Let me show you a good trick. Butchered like a goat. Butcher and slaughter. It's all meat. Hack you to pieces.
Kick.
It's all meat.
Totem.
No, they never see it coming.
Avoid.
Minded meat. No, without the bones.
Kick.
It's all meat.
Kick.
It's all meat. Butcher and slice. Hack you to pieces.
Fixate. Kick.
It's all meat.
Totem.
They never see it. Oh.
Avoid.
True. Hack to bits. Butcher and slice. Hack you to be butchered like a goat. No, they never see it coming.
Avoid.
Fucking retards, man. So I do this dungeon, right? I do a Brackenhide. And in Brackenhide, the first boss is a trio boss. Kind of like an old man where you fight the 3 dwarves, except it's 3 like hyena people looking motherfuckers. And you have to kill the one you prio is one called Nash something. And Nash's
That's when
thing
that heals, right?
No. Nash's I think maybe the totem caster might be able to heal, I'm not sure. But I know like in terms of damage, I think in terms of damage you want to prio Nash because Nash has a ability where he shades steps to each person in the party and stabs them for a whole bunch of damage. So you prio him down first and just have people focused on the healer for the interrupt when they need to do it. I go into the fight and the tank incorrectly marks and he marks the healer guy for prio. And I paused, like I stopped moving and I typed it. I was like, you need to prio Nash. They don't prio Nash, and at the very end of it, this is our second wipe to it. Very end of it, we die, and then the tank goes, man, that Nash one kind of fucks, doesn't he? I was like, yeah, and I said to prio him, but no one can fucking read, and then I just alt F forward. So have fun with your downgraded key, because I told you what you needed to do. I was lead damage at 150k DPS, and the fucking Death Knight was 50k under me at 100k average, and no one wants to listen to me. Everyone listens to his mark. That pissed me off so much. But I'm gonna go, man. I'll be on well, I guess later today.
All right.
I probably will pick up that Rewast thing.
Yeah, I'll play.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna want to play MW2, but I'll probably start off the night doing keys and then move to play with Biz whenever he wakes up around like 12ish.
Sounds good to me.
But I'll catch you later, man. Take it easy.
Later. See ya.
See ya.